Some of us need less.
To Hannah joining us.
Oopsie, sorry.
Yeah.
To Miss.
Welcome back. We're
Yeah.
so glad you
God
came
bless
back.
her. Hello. Hello.
We were looking for you.
Hello. I can never take it all.
The second one goes down much smoother than the first.
Wow, like a
takes a
wet
minute.
pair of panties.
It does take a minute.
Did you hear what she said? She can't take it all.
Shocker. And that's why she's
Daniel
single.
does not have that problem.
I wish I did though. I pretend. Sometimes I pretend. With Jurgen.
Oh
But
my.
it's not needed.
He's
Oh my God, that's
he's
so
such
terrible.
a good showman.
You were going to poke your eye with that.
Me, actress. I mean, if you had to add the double S's there.
Oh my gosh. And how is he, by the way?
We'll talk about that.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, hey everybody, we hope that you enjoyed our special guest. She's gone now. And now we're going to start the next episode. And welcome to Do It Like Danny.
Why was he yelling?
I'm going to tell a million stories. And maybe one will hit home and you'll be like, wow, that happened to me. And it's not about me. What is? You know, television is a very, very crazy beast. I learned so much at Tyra. This is real emotion. This is something that I experienced.
I want the world to see what I have always seen, and that is the love that you have for just being yourself.
I love this person who knows who he is, who can make people laugh.
I think the script I gave you was a little bit different, but I'll take that.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm drinking at work because it's my show. I drink on my show.
Okay, so where am I? Am I right here?
Okay, so
Yeah.
this
Yes.
is yours.
This one is mine.
This is yours.
Okay.
Both of yours.
Okay. Oh, I
This
love that.
is the round table.
Okay, love
And
that.
that is obviously us.
Okay, cool.
Very new.
Yeah. Oh my God. So I need to be this way then. No, I'm just kidding.
The entire show.
Yeah. I'll be like this, and then when you're ready to talk to me, I'll go like that.
Oh my
Got it?
God.
Okay.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome back.
Lean in.
Welcome back to Do It Like Danny. And as you can see, we have no space here in our Montecito studio. Thank you, Mother Nature. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you so much for watching last week's episode or yesterday's episode. I'm not sure when that'll air. But first and foremost, we'd like to welcome everybody back, including our special guest, Hannah. A.K.A. Darnella.
Thank you. Woo!
Wow, clapping.
Yes.
Clapping. Yes, thank you, Glue, and thank you, Cousin Angelo.
She was hard to track down.
Wow.
We definitely
like
caught her.
Santa Slay. Not even NORAD could track her down.
Okay, easy there, Tiger.
What has it been, like 4 months?
Since she went missing, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
And she did cross the border first. How was that?
God bless
Well, here's the
America.
thing, though. But I think we should start back at the beginning. I mean, you knew her, right? Like,
I
like Wicked. You knew her, right?
did. So, funny story. I did not know her, but my cousin LeMay has a friend that knew her. So, yeah, exactly.
Small
Crazy.
world on that island.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, she like threw out this blast on Instagram. Hey, my friend's friend, she's missing. She was flying to New York, had a stopover in LAX. The boyfriend went to to New York, but she ended up staying for like a long layover, went to Santa Monica, did all these things, whatever. And so, she, my cousin blasted this like all over her social media, right? And so my sister Josine is on it, and so she asked me about it as well. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm not really quite sure. And then they talk about the father, right? The father comes. He supposedly commits suicide, right? God bless.
Oh,
right? God bless.
yeah.
You didn't know that?
No.
You didn't know that?
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, so he comes to LA to try and locate her, and then eventually the news reports that he commits suicide. He was in a parking structure somewhere in the LAX area, and he jumps off.
Well, they were estranged. Oh. So there was some guilt there.
So I didn't know the details that he had actually jumped.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's allegedly,
Okay.
correct?
Oh.
right? So
I mean, he did pass, obviously.
no.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
meaning
he's
jump.
not-
The jump.
Got it.
The
Oh,
jumping is alleged.
Yeah, I mean,
Could he have been pushed?
well, that's the other
That's what I'm
speculation.
thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Because there's just so many things, a lot of things that just don't make sense.
But why would he be pushed? Who would have pushed him?
So, well, why did she supposedly like reappear like a month later? Or I mean, me. I'm sorry.
I don't know. It's fascinating because I
Yeah.
really don't know. I know the basics of the story, but I don't know this much detail.
So then,
Yeah.
can
I'm
you give
intrigued.
us a quick synopsis?
Synopsis.
Of a synopsis of can you go from like the beginning until current now, just to
Okay.
kind of educate Angelo a little bit, or I'm not educate him,
so
for lack of a better word,
Audience.
enlighten Angelo.
thank
So
Excuse me, my
really
bad,
quick,
my
since that we're on a time schedule. So my
she
cousin LeMay,
didn't.
I did. So my cousin LeMay, she shoots out this blast on
Lemley?
social media, and so I kind of, heaven forbid, I kind of glaze over, right? Because I see it. You know, I'm just not quite sure. And then she keeps on blasting. So then you kind of hear the story, right? It's on Hawaii News. It's on
Oh, it's
major
everywhere.
news. Like it's all over the place, right? So she goes. She has a flight that goes to New York. Her and the boyfriend, who are not together, they
Not
have
anymore.
this flight together, and he goes to New York, and she stops in L.A. Like they both have the layover, but he ends up finishing his flight, and she stops in LA. So then they're like, oh, you know, they're getting texts, the family from her saying, oh, you know, I'm really worried. You know, I think someone's trying to steal my identity, something about my funds and stuff like that. And so at this point, I think after like the father goes to LA, I didn't know that they were estranged, by the way.
I didn't either. I thought they were like,
They were estranged. He mentions that, or it was mentioned in one of the news reports
Interesting.
that's why he was kind of there, because he felt guilty. So I feel like there was some guilt there, which is why I think he committed suicide. Because in
That's
his mind, if you're estranged from your daughter
Right.
and then she gets kidnapped,
Yes.
you kind of do feel guilty. Like, I
Yeah,
wish I could have
absolutely.
said something to her before all this happened. You know,
but on the other side of that too, not to interrupt your story, but there is speculation also that maybe he got too close to what she was really doing.
Yeah, to the situation.
And while although he supposedly AKA jumped, that he was pushed or he was killed. Which is also very plausible too. You know what I mean? There's all these like theories. We were not gonna. It's like John Bonet. Like what really happened, right? Like, and then, excuse me, and then miraculously she's back.
yep. And here she is.
But that was the only thing I really know about it was that people donated quite a bit of money.
Quite a bit.
Which they refunded.
That
they refunded.
Oh,
all
they
those-
did?
Yeah,
Correct.
That's
Okay.
what I
All
heard,
that money
yeah.
that they had accumulated to help find her was
Mm-hmm.
all given back. That's the report.
So
Interesting.
what was going on that was so sinister that all of this interplay or what you would be taking place, you know, or the suicide or
Right.
Hannah.
So.
because we've got her here.
So
I'll be bringing this back.
basically,
Exclusive.
No. So I smell skunk.
Or
Maybe
we.
skunk bud.
It's a skunk.
Yeah. Or skunk bud.
A skunk.
Something like that.
We're in nature. A skunk
Montecito
probably
Mountains.
walked
Got it.
by.
Yes. Yeah.
It's
Or
Oprah smoking
Pepper
weed.
bit the farm.
Wait, you're so funny because I watched her and she like broke her character and she was like,
Like a basset.
I only see this. She literally went like, in my mind, it was like all dramatic, right? She's like,
It's Louis Cologne, but we'll move on.
what is that?
It's a skunk. It's a skunk right away. I think we all smell
I mean,
it
you
too.
never can tell if it's skunk or skunk bud. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah.
It's
Right?
Oprah smoking a blunt.
It was just the way that you were like,
You also said it very quiet. It's a skunk. It's a skunk.
she smelled the mic and then she went like a bloodhound.
She's like, what's in this mic?
Like, oh shit, that was too funny. Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh, okay, we're back. Oh,
So she
she was like,
so there was also rumors that she went to, what do they do? The Hawaka, whatever.
oh, ayahuasca.
Yeah. There
Oh,
you
ayahuasca,
go.
Oh,
Yes.
So she went like on a AKA acid trip.
A trip.
Perhaps. There was that conspiracy
In
theory.
LA?
No,
There was
Mexico.
also
Yeah.
that she went to Santa Monica Pier. She took like some selfies. But the other one was that when she went to Metro to take the Metro train or whatever, there was this African American dude that maybe looked Rasta or something like that. That happens to be in the snapshot, because there's like cameras all around.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I love that you know this, Louie,
I
by the
do.
way. Thank you. So so then they don't know where she is, right? So they're just like, where is she? Where's Hannah? Where's Hannah? Where's Hannah? And then she apparently, there's like the rumors that she like crossed the border, like there's like the pictures or whatever. And then apparently she contacts the family and says, hey, I'm okay.
Yeah. And now I believe she's home now.
I don't know about that.
But there was some sort of like, she might have been part of an Ecuadorian like marriage scam. You hear about that? Like you marry somebody, they give you money, but you got to do something first. So that was the whole funds thing.
Interesting.
No. No, and probably should be laughing about
Is it
that.
that easy?
So there's like a whole bunch of this and this, but you kind of have to grab like what you think is true because you won't really know until she actually comes out, which I highly doubt she will. Because she went from being like,
Yes.
oh, what a poor thing, to being
Yeah.
like the most hated person.
Correct.
But I mean,
That's
she is going to be
crazy.
sought after for an interview. Someone's going to pay her.
Oh,
the
yeah.
story will come out.
Oh, yeah.
They will pay her. Someone's going to pay top dollar. I mean, if Oprah was still shooting shows, I'm sure it'd be Oprah.
But she
right?
has to be careful with what she says, right? Because she could trip herself up if this
Correct.
is all a scam.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's a criminal element that's
Yeah,
involved into it.
correct.
So where is home? You said she went
Hawaii.
back. Hawaii.
I believe it's Honolulu, right?
She was in Maui.
Oh, Maui. Okay.
She was in Maui.
Does
She worked
have
at some
anything to-
smoke shop of all things. Oh, yeah.
Maybe it was the bath salts.
She was in Maui, but she was also living someplace else. But she flew from Maui to LA and then was supposed to go to New York.
I think it was Oahu. I almost want to say it's Oahu.
Sure about that, brother?
Huh? I'm almost sure about it, yeah.
You know, Lee was born in Hawaii. Okay?
That's
In
correct.
Oahu.
That's correct.
And just, yeah.
Well, then he
Born
should be
there.
telling the story.
Oh, no. She might be from Oahu.
Yeah.
But I think her flight was from Maui.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what I think it is or was.
So it's really interesting how one person's story like this can capture America's attention.
That's
Right.
exactly what I wanted.
because
that's
That was
exactly
by
what I wanted
design,
to
though,
say.
I think, because the family was shoving it, because the police didn't want to help at first.
Well, they thought their daughter was missing. Or,
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, help us find
It all
her.
started with the girl in the well. What was the girl that found the well?
Oh my
It's her
God.
It
fault.
wasn't John Bonet. Right.
No, it was her fault.
Right.
The little
Right.
girl that found the well, and America was riveted on a pipe in the dirt.
yeah.
Where
in the well.
her leg was like one up was and one
Yeah,
down,
she
and
was-
she was just like,
Her
yeah.
little forehead had like a
Yes.
pressure thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot her name, but she was
God bless
precious.
her.
Yes.
She's
No.
alive. They rescued her, thank goodness. But yeah,
Yeah.
No,
I
but-
think that started the whole captivation or people being captivated. Excuse me, captivation. What kind of word is that? People being captivated with, like, for lack of a better word, turmoil, strife. You know, we're looking for hope, especially now. I mean, after everything that's going on outside, we won't.
Everything is so grim.
We won't mention the
So
mango
grim.
marsupial, but
like our president.
Marsupial. Sometimes
guy.
he'll just say things, and I don't like process it right away.
yeah. But we don't want to talk. We're not political. We've proved that. We're not political.
We're not. We're not.
We're not political. We
did
are
it.
heartfelt.
We were
We're
for a minute.
heartfelt. We are.
We
We
care
are.
about people.
Yes.
We do care about
care,
people.
and
We do.
we're here
we
to change
do.
the world.
So how long was Hannah missing?
About
At least a month.
or so.
Okay.
At least a month. So my sister and I were talking about this. My sister Josine, and she's asking me, why do you think this particular story and this particular girl is getting so much? Because it's all over the news, like all over
Pretty.
the news.
Hawaiian. So that automatically you're like, oh, well, she came down here, and
Right.
you hear about it all the time, right?
Right.
So that to me was why, but also the family pushed it. That was the
Yeah.
big thing. The family was out there. They made sure to get newscasts out there. And of course, why wouldn't you?
It was all over social media as
And
well.
we also live in the day and age right now where if you're cut off by somebody in a car and they drive by you, you can find them.
Yeah.
Social media warriors, they will find
The
you.
investigators, yeah.
So
the
I
YouTube
think
warriors, it was
police-
everywhere.
I mean, I don't know if you guys follow, but I follow some Instagram pages where they take cold cases, and with the new technology, they go and they find what happened to the cousin, the brother, the mother. They drove their car off into a lake, allegedly. Well, now with deep sonar, this and that, they find the car,
Yeah.
and they put it finally to rest what truly happened. Whereas the police back in the day didn't really have those capabilities to do that, and so they would just write off as, well, it's a cold case.
Yeah.
But now there really isn't such thing as a cold case. I mean, you really have to get rid of the body and make a complete wipe before, because someone's gonna find you, and there's cameras everywhere.
Everywhere.
People don't
Everywhere.
realize
Yeah.
how many cameras and how many things you're being
Recording you.
tracked. From the moment you leave your home, there's cameras that are in the traffic lights. There's cameras that are in,
Teslas.
stores.
You're tracked by your phone.
You're correct. You're tracked by
And
your
it
phone.
all pings with each device that you pass.
kinda scary.
It's really wild.
It
Kinda
is
scary.
very scary. So,
Yes.
before, if you wanted to cheat on your wife, if you did that back in the day, now they can find you.
yeah.
They'll say, oh, she was over in San Francisco.
So what does the boyfriend say?
I don't know why you're looking at me like that.
Well, there
but
were-
anyways,
First comedy relationship.
They were broken up. So
Yeah,
they
they
had
were-
He
they were
might
planned
have
a
straight.
trip.
some knowledge
So
of
he-
what her background is or mental stability. I mean, is anybody looking at like her mental capacity?
so
capacity?
what I thought, sorry to interrupt, but what I thought was interesting is that he wasn't even named a person of interest. Like I heard nothing.
At first he was, until they interviewed him, and then they're like, "Oh no, he's good."
nothing to do
Oh,
with
Yeah,
interesting.
It was very quick
Uh-huh.
because your first instinct was
Right.
to go to him, right?
Yeah.
But they had to interview him. They also interviewed the guy that they saw at the metro station too.
the African American
What,
dude,
what became of that? The
They
guy
didn't
at the
say,
Metro-
but he
okay.
was no longer
a person of interest.
Okay.
because he cooperated. He had a lawyer, but he did cooperate,
Yeah.
and I believe he went
He
to
had a
them.
lawyer?
Yes.
I mean, that's another thing, too. It's like, really? You got a like,
And mind you, these are things that I just kind of heard as I was
Yeah.
watching here and there.
Well, you think about the layers. I mean, if I were wrapped up in something like that, I would protect
Well,
myself.
she was trying
I
to
would.
hide her tracks in my mind.
Yes,
She
that's
was
what I
trying
think.
extremely hard. Oh, I'm going to go to New York, but she didn't want nobody to know what she was really doing.
and I think
How
the
old is
unfortunate byproduct was the fact that her father, however he met his ultimate
Demise.
end, that I think pulled her out of whatever she was going to be doing.
I don't know if it did because in my mind I thought it would have happened quicker
Yeah, exactly.
because
Oh,
she
it
was.
didn't?
It
Yeah,
didn't.
no,
No.
no.
She was out for like a whole nother 2-3 weeks.
Yeah,
So that happened.
She
Yes.
just got
early
discovered
on.
like this week.
yeah, like just discovered.
Like maybe Sunday or Monday.
yeah,
Yeah.
it just
and
happened.
Then here.
Yes.
How do we get this?
And here I
interview?
am.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
here,
all these exclusive.
miraculously, here I am.
Amazing.
It
Amazing.
was
Basically-
reserved
Did you like that?
just for her.
Wow.
I'm intrigued, but I've turned off the news because of what happened
The or mango marsupial.
in November.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what happened?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't
Mango
talk politics no
marsupial?
more.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
mean, not to
Mango
touch on it, but we
marsupial?
shouldn't all be surprised. We already knew what was going
Mango
to happen.
marsupial?
We wanted something else to happen, but we already knew what was going to happen.
You only knew, Louis.
Hey.
But we're moving on.
Okay, fine.
I
I'm gonna ask
listen,
again,
I'm
but go on.
intrigued.
We all,
I'm
yeah.
intrigued.
Let's move on.
Okay.
There's no point.
Yeah, so she's back home.
I don't know.
Oh,
From what I understand, yes. They've
Well, she
been in
has to go
contact
somewhere.
and she is home safely. That was the last thing I heard. And that's the end of that story, to be quite
But the
honest.
island is small. I mean,
I
it's,
find it crazy.
Yeah.
That she crossed back because right she was in Mexico, crossed back, and that she didn't realize, quote unquote, didn't realize that her not being here or whatever caused like such a ruckus. Like she wasn't aware of all of the social media that she was missing.
The
So
island's
nobody was-
small, though. I mean, think about it. The way you think on the island is much different than you think on the mainland, correct?
Yeah, but there was like she had selfies of herself, so she's got social media.
True.
And it was like all over social
and
media.
nobody's calling her on her cell phone going, Hannah, where
Well, that's
are
the
you?
thing. So
I
that
mean,
was
come
part of the
on.
reason why they even came down, because she stopped answering her, communicating. Yeah.
Okay,
So there's something there.
Absolutely.
Maybe she was trying to get away. My theory was she was trying to get away from the family for whatever reason.
or just trying to get away.
Maybe
Yes.
there was something with
Maybe
her
they-
and her dad.
back home.
Correct.
Yes.
So that's another thing, as they were
Yeah.
estranged. They never said why, but
And Mexico?
Well, she was at
I think
Cabo
I-
having at an
Well,
all-inclusive.
no, maybe there was that was the only way to get away.
yeah.
She was definitely not at Cabo.
She needed to get. She needed to get away.
She was running away.
For whatever
Maybe she's
reason.
being like babied. And she just wanted to get out there and try something new, and she knew her family wouldn't let her.
Maybe
I
she
don't
was
know.
part of the everybody gets a trophy that you were talking about.
It was very bipolar. I'll tell you that much. It just seemed very like out of the ordinary.
Yes.
How old is she? Do we
In her
know?
20s.
Okay.
Very
Wow.
young.
Yeah.
Oh, she's in her 20s. I thought
She's
she was
not
like
30.
older, like in her
No.
40s.
I think she's like 25.
She's not in her 40s.
Okay, settle down. I didn't know that.
Do we know how
She's
much
not in
money they
first-
raised Just out of curiosity.
I don't
no,
know.
I don't know.
100,000, 40,000. Okay.
I do
But
not know.
they did refund.
Shall
the
I
money.
look at- oh,
so
I don't
they
have my
weren't
phone.
scamming
That's good.
anybody,
Yeah.
so that's good.
But that was her mother. And were her parents divorced?
Yes, they were separated.
and her
or sep-
sister was like involved in
Trying to raise
find
money
her.
to
Yeah.
find her.
So at least they gave the money back. I never got my money back from Luigi.
Wow.
Well, you paid for some cigarettes on the inside, so it's okay.
Did you give to that fund? Oh my goodness, you did?
We saw the
anyways.
picture of him
Oh
shirtless.
my
leaving for Mexico.
gosh. That was him?
What happened?
Shirtless?
Yeah.
That was the guy?
Luigi.
There's also penis pics on there.
Oh.
No, there isn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then again, social media warriors will find out
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
There's plenty of, you know,
Well, if you leave a trail,
absolutely.
Well, everything's a trail now.
Yeah.
Money,
Yeah,
your cell phone,
Yep.
your Instagram
Yep.
accounts. I mean, everything you take is pinged. Even when you use a printer to print something,
yep.
unbeknownst to you, it has a code on the paper you
Yep.
can't see.
Yep.
Wait,
That's how they
Wow.
track you
Oh,
if
they track
you
you.
print something. Oh, yeah.
Really?
There's some wild shit out there a lot of
Yep.
people don't know.
God.
Like
I
you go
like
to
to
Kinko's,
print.
or
Now I'm
it's all
scared.
coded. The library, it's all coded. They know exactly
The
where it
library,
comes from.
yes.
Isn't that
know.
wild?
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go,
Yeah.
there's a special code.
Never
at
going to
the
print
bottom of it.
anything.
Yep.
Well, you just got to cut the edge off. I wouldn't know. I'm just saying. Yeah. So anyway,
We're glad you're back.
we're glad you're
Thank
back.
you.
Thank you, Louis.
Safe.
We're
Thank
glad
you.
you're back.
Thank
Welcome
you.
back. You have been on your sabbatical.
I have.
Have you done anything that has enlightened you? I mean, you've been in the sabbatical since the early of the year, correct?
No.
Okay. Whoa.
No.
Okay.
At the end of August.
Oh,
okay.
really?
Yeah.
Thank you for realizing
can't believe that.
Cousin Angelo.
So are you taking advantage of this time off?
Absolutely. So,
Feels good, huh?
What? It feels absolutely amazing.
Your stress levels down?
Yes.
How's
yes,
that blood pressure?
Yes. You know, the blood pressure was never really a problem, believe that or
wow.
not.
Yet.
Even though
Mine
I'm a
was bad.
Only when she was here
Yes.
did it go up.
yes. No, it's been really good. Like I definitely needed it. I've been in my feelings, believe it or not.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been crying a lot.
Oh,
It's great.
Yeah, it
good.
is.
Yeah.
It really.
To release.
Very robotic.
Thank you and thank you.
You're so
no,
welcome.
I don't know. Thanks, but no, it's like everything is triggering.
Oh, that's right. You don't cry.
yeah,
she
yeah,
doesn't.
yeah.
Okay,
I wouldn't say
yeah.
I don't.
She doesn't.
cry,
Let me just say it.
but
Privately.
Privately.
But
She's
you,
an
understand,
ice fortress.
you understand now that it was going to happen.
Oh, I absolutely knew. Like my emotions are like at the surface and like,
Anything, right?
Yeah, anything.
Music,
Like, a music,
a movie.
anything.
You might watch it like 100 times.
Oh
You're
my
like,
God.
I didn't cry for this before.
Exactly, and it's good though. But then especially if I'm watching a movie or I'm hearing about death, and then I just kind of hear, and then you just kind of place your memories of what happened, the day,
Well, it
what
correlates,
you
yeah.
did like over the year, what you did to suppress it, all of those kinds
Isn't
of
that
things.
wild when you can figure out where you suppressed it and then you go, wow, that's weird. That's always weird to me when you can pinpoint where you were suppressing it and why. And then it comes out later and you go, oh, well, that's why I do
She's been
that.
doing it. She was born.
Well, I was just gonna
feel
say.
like
I was
Louise-
just gonna say. I don't think it was weird that I suppressed it. I knew I was suppressing it.
Oh, okay.
I absolutely knew. I
Well,
was
some people
suppressing it.
don't, though. Some people just kind of keep on going. They don't realize that they're suppressing, and then, something else happens, like you quit your job and you're in your feelings, and you go,
Yeah.
oh, that's why I'm like this.
I mean,
That's why I'm
since
like
we knew
that.
each other in '96,
Oh, my
98.
God.
I'm purpose. You love how I did that? Yeah,
1998.
Love
Now
that.
who's talking about the past? now who's
Right?
going back?
Every time. Like a hook. She just falls
Yes.
for it every time.
Yes.
I kind of feel
Yes.
like Louis been revealing something of his own.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Well, when
yes.
Hannah Jr.
Yeah.
When you leave and you're able to have more time to yourself, you understand some things. It's nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It really is.
I think it's been a year for everybody.
Yeah.
But we'll touch on that another time. But yeah.
So now with the holidays coming up, then, more triggers or
More
do you-
triggers.
Do you think that you've kind of you're not there yet?
Still
No,
there.
because I had been suppressing it for all of last year. I mean, I'm not saying that my employer was a barbarian. I definitely had taken time off intermittently, but it's a job. And you need to be there, right? Mind, body, soul, all that good stuff. You got to give. But right before I took the leave, it was like at an all-time, like I can feel myself, like
Did you know though that you were gonna leave?
Yes.
Me too. You know. That's
Yeah.
why you do it.
Yeah.
You know you're just.
Well, and I wanted to make sure that I was in a good place to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So I, definitely didn't want to leave, just be like deuces, you know what I mean? Like I obviously didn't want to burn my bridges or anything like that. And I wanted to, have a conversation with my director of operations. Like I didn't want to just email and stuff like that. But it was, and they understood. They were absolutely supportive, absolutely understanding. So, and then once I was off, like it was just like the weight of the world was like, I could breathe.
you could breathe.
Yeah.
So
I
many
could breathe.
people are in that same position where they realize, they look back and they're like, either why didn't I do it sooner,
Mm-hmm.
and or the freedom that comes with
Yes.
that. It's just amazing.
It really is.
I didn't have a choice. I got fired. So my contract is
reason.
canceled.
Way to bring it back to you.
So let me
Way to
tell
bring
you,
it back.
it felt good.
And now it's all been self-reflection.
Yeah.
Self-reflection.
Fantastic.
Yes.
But you were
yes.
unhappy, and you were
Yeah.
Yes.
probably not gonna.
Oh God, I was
you
so
were probably
unhappy.
gonna leave at some.
No.
point
You know
what?
You would've stayed.
No, I
You
would have
would've
stayed.
stayed.
That's
You
like
said
that's
you would've
the
stayed till the
biggest
end.
thing I think that is
Yeah.
my character flaw is that
Yeah.
I'm
You're the
loyal
last one
to
at
a
the party?
fault.
He's loyal to the wrong
Agreed.
things and
Me
not
too.
loyal enough to the right things.
Correct.
And that's not necessarily like you're a terrible guy.
No,
it's
no,
just
you're right.
It's just that's kind of how we were raised.
But
if
that's
you weren't
how I
miserable at your
was
job,
back in that business.
Yeah.
Now I'm more loyal to my family. Now I don't have a choice. I mean, because I'm not working.
you owe us now.
Yeah, no, right. I'm like,
You're indebted.
and again, another recital.
Oh my God.
No,
Hello.
so, yeah. I mean, and we'll talk more about this in our next episode. But the show that I used to work for, officially had their final show on Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we should talk about that. And we have more
Yes.
coming up. So we want to thank Hannah, a.k.a. Darnella,
Yeah, for
for
informing us.
appearing and informing us. We had no idea all this information. Now we do. And we hope that you enjoyed today's episode. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful day. And we will see you next week. Remember to always do it like Danny.
Woo!
Not like Hannah.
Love that.